So hello there, Giancarlo here. Welcome to Beyond the Talent, a brief slice of time where an alumni such as myself gets to know a little bit more about the talent of incredible IED alumni all around the world. Today I'm here with Ilaria Sacchi, a former interior design student and an actual showroom manager at Jesse, New York. I have to specify New York. How are you today, Ilaria?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. And it's nice to meet you, Giancarlo. As a former IED alumni, it's always great to get back together for some reason.
You actually graduated after me.
I graduated in July 2021.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're very fresh.
Yeah, I'm 25, so
Oh, very fresh, and you're already in New York.
yeah.
It is
I'm here.
that
Yeah.
that's great. Ilaria, our aim with these talks is to search for insights and inspiration that young minds can use to pursue their future careers. That's why together we're gonna go through some key themes that could be relevant for the future of yet students all around the world. But first, showroom manager at Jesse. What's the meaning of this term?
So, well, for me, I was previously showroom assistant at Jesse Milan. So I would say that in the past 3 years, that gave me a very solid basis for what I'm doing now. So basically, we just opened a showroom in New York in Soho. And I'm currently, let's say, in charge of making sure that the space remains as beautiful as our designers created it. And I also follow clients. So we organize a lot of meetings, a lot of events with our designers, architects, but also with private customers.
hmm
So I'll be also helping with that, as well as just overall supporting the team of Just in North America with project specifications or organizing events. So I would say that these are my main tasks, but there's a lot of cute things also around.
Okay. That's very right to the point. So you started at Jesse. This is very particular because you started at Jesse right away as a showroom sales
Yeah.
assistant and interior designer. This is the
Yeah.
whole title. And quickly you scaled to become a showroom manager, but you also changed city at one point from Milano to New York. How did this change affect your rhythms?
So, I mean, I would say that it's always been my goal in my life since I was a little girl, to move to New York.
Mm,
So for me, it was a great opportunity, and I think that it simply aligned with the company's needs, and it was also probably the right time. I was ready to take the step and to move away from my family, my friends, my home. So for sure, it's different. It's a new city, it's a new place, so you kind of have to fresh start and do it all over. But it's for sure very challenging. But New York gives you so much, and there's so many things to do and so many people to meet. And so for me, it's been 5 months, but it's been
hmm
so far.
I love that it's a little bit of the description that people give to Milano. There's
Yeah.
so many things to do and
Okay.
a lot to live. And then you get that New York attitude.
Yeah.
Have you gotten the New York attitude already?
I mean, I think I had it in Milan already. And it
You were
might
trained
be
for it.
it might be a little weird for some people to hear this, but under that aspect, I would say the hustle, the rhythm, it's not that much different from Milan. I think that New York is very similar under that aspect. So
I would have said that New York was more frenetic than Milano. I
yeah,
would have
it's a
said
little bit
that.
more. It's a little bit
Mm.
more, I have to say. But yeah, you see the people running in the streets, airphones on,
Yeah.
like minding their business. But I have to say that people here are also quite nice, which
Hmm.
sometimes they're not in Milan, you know?
Yeah, okay.
But yeah.
That's a bold claim. I mean, I
Yeah.
I can I
Yeah.
can second you to that. I can
Mhm.
second you that both cities know how not to be nice,
Yeah,
but
it can
it
be.
is it's in New York in my books or as far as I know, it's known for being not very
Yeah.
trustful towards people.
Mhm.
But if you're saying that they're nicer, that is very good to know.
Yeah, I think now there's a lot of, as they call us, transplants. So people who moved here for work or to start a new life. So probably that's probably the people that I meet. I don't know about
Hmm.
like the real New Yorkers, but I've met a few of them.
Okay.
They've actually been quite nice and like open and fun. So
You've been lucky. You've been lucky.
I think so. So far, so good, as they say.
Okay. Okay. So going back to your yet years, which you
Yeah.
don't have to go that back for now, but going back to your yet years, how has your education at yet influenced your current approach in your job? Because you studied interior
Yeah.
design,
Yeah.
and so what you studied in yet, was it somehow helpful in technical or uh, attitude, in an attitude or technical way?
Yeah. I think the YED years have been fundamental for what I'm doing now. So for sure, one thing that really helped is the fact that we've always worked with the design brands or with brands in general, even for our projects. So that kind of like gives you that connection already. And of course, also the fact that we always had to do a presentation for our concepts and our projects that we developed. That really helped, just breaking the ice when talking to people and in front of people. So I talk to people every single day, all the time. So it's kind of like a personal attitude, but also your background can really help with that. On a technical side, of course, I have an interior design background. So that's really helpful for my actual job, especially when I talk to designers. I talk
Hmm.
to designers and architects all the time. You see what we do a little bit of
Yeah,
here.
yes. All
So
the beautiful
yeah.
faucets. We have to give a premise to people. A little premise will be what is Jesse?
So Jessie is a beautiful interior design brand from Italy. It's a private wellness company. And what we do mostly is we manufacture brassware, so faucets, taps for bathroom and kitchen, as well as wellness solutions for residential, hotels, or restaurants. So we do both commercial and private. And it's an Italian brand. So
It
we
is. It
all
sounds like an Italian brand.
all
It
the
is an Italian brand.
work. Yeah. And it's a family owned company. So Jesse is actually the last name of the founder and CEO, Mr. Gianluca Jesse. And it was born in Piemonte region just a little over 30 years ago. And now we're in New York, we're in Dubai, in London, in Singapore. So we're spreading
You're
all over.
spreading in the good cities, if I do say
Absolutely.
so myself.
Yeah.
And you were saying before, being an interior designer is useful when you're having a conversation or when you're planning something with your clients. How so?
So I think that is just the fact that we speak the same language.
Mm.
So I'm not a salesperson by nature. So I always have that vision that's more related to the design, to maybe the match of the materials, creating mood boards, creating presentations. So that's also a little bit helpful when you have to deal directly with designers and architects. You just understand what they're going through with the project, and they have a lot to do. So it's also up to us to be supportive in this sense and just to put our 100% Jesse knowledge, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
and be available to help them and also maybe even give suggestions for finishes, for design solutions. So yeah,
That is very interesting to know. So would you say it will be you as an interior designer kind of fits more your role as a salesperson, because at the end of the day you gotta have taste.
yeah, you need to
You
have
need
that.
to have taste.
Right, yeah. But taste, I mean, we can all have it for sure, but it's just that, a little bit of knowledge about what's going on in the interior design and architecture world
Hmm.
probably helps, especially when you're doing this kind of things. I would say, yeah.
Okay. So you were mentioning that Jesse is wellness private wellness company, right?
Mhm.
Private
Right.
wellness company that specializes in the creation of sinks of all kinds, faucets, and everything is very beautiful. And I do know for a fact that Jesse has done amazing, crazy faucets.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to ask you a perspective. I want to ask you, what is your favorite Jesse collection to date?
Mm.
Mine is one that was imitating rocks that were standing one on top of each
Oh,
other.
equilibrio.
the
Yeah.
Equilibrio. That
Yeah.
one was crazy good.
Yeah.
And I don't know all of them, but I do remember that one. From your opinion, from an interior designer technical
Yeah.
standpoint, what would you say was one of the most impressive collection of Jessie to date?
So I would say we've launched beautiful collection in the last few years during Salone del Mobile, which are on a little bit of a higher level. Um, One of my favorites is Perle collection and the Jacqueline as well. It will
Hmm.
become available very soon. Jacqueline, for example, it's made of bamboo, a real root of bamboo. So it's something also
Okay.
revolutionary. And it's a design that's out of this world. Like you would never expect to find it.
Okay. We'll
And
have to see.
oh yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to see.
I don't have it here to show you, but
Yeah.
those two are probably my favorites now.
Okay. And the
Yeah.
other, okay, the bamboo and the
It's called Perle.
perle.
So yeah, we've explored different materials, natural stones like marbles, onyx quartz, and glass from Murano. So it's a very sculptural looking collection. And
Hmm.
it's also, let's say, it pays homage to the heritage of the Italian manufacturing and craftsmanship. So we say that what we do is entirely made in Jesse, which it is because we do everything from sourcing the brass and the raw materials to the production, following every single step. So it was also our way of enhancing the beauty of the made in Italy and made in Jesse.
Okay. Okay. So I also wanted to ask you. So you've been from Milano to New York and also from one position to another. You've seen your fair share of, of what happens in the industry or what happens in your work, in your line of work. And I wanted to ask you, what are some major changes that you've noticed these years working at Jesse in terms of relationship with clients, in terms of production cost, the production? What are
Mhm.
some major changes?
So I think the fascinating thing for me is how quick things evolve.
Mm,
So I think us as people
mm,
are always evolving, are constantly evolving, and companies are doing it too. They're always trying to be innovative and be ahead of trends and not following the trends. So if I have to speak on a personal level, I've grown as a person and I've grown professionally as well, together with the company. So I think it's kind of like a something that goes together. Of course, there's always so much to learn, so much to discover. So it's always about going up and never think that you have arrived. Like
mm.
you're never arrived there. Even me now that I'm here in New York, uh, it's always, I would say, like a new start. So there's
Mm.
always bigger goals to set and always more things to learn and to improve. So yeah, I would say constant growth to make it shorter.
Were you always fascinated by this exact field, or when you applied to Jesse, were you fascinated by it already? Did you land sort of your dream job or your dream category?
Yeah. So I would say I've been always fascinated by design companies. So, we have a lot in Italy, and that's also what makes us great, I would say, and known all over the world for our design, the quality, the innovation. So it's when somebody thinks about design, it's always about furniture. It's never about smaller things, maybe even technical elements. We think they're technical elements, but what surprised me was finding out that they're actually design and lifestyle pieces. So I've always been attracted by design in general. I would say that I was thinking about furniture at the very beginning, but Jesse's always fascinated me as a company for their beautiful designs and also their company values, which I
Have you been to the space before working there, to the Manzoni?
I did have the occasion to, but
Mm.
I went there for my interview and I was speechless. And it was also kind of like under construction because they were renovating, and it was already beautiful like that. So
It was already beautiful. Yes, yes. No, no. That place, it's incredible. Does it still have the internal little ponds, internal little fountains? Does it still have
yeah,
it?
it has all the rainfalls, the waterfalls. Yeah, and it used to be a cinema, the space. So that's
Oh,
also
I didn't know that.
so wide. Yeah, we always kind of pick some either like historical places or some locations that have a sort of architectural twist,
Hmm.
say. So yeah, every Casa Jesse is different and unique.
Okay. So what are you working on improving? I guess that now that you have a new position, you're learning a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
what is something that you are actively learning when you're not working? For example, you want to get better at being a better seller. What are you working at right now?
So I'm working, I would say, on try to manage a lot of things at the same time in the most efficient and effective way. Because sometimes you just have a lot of things on your hands and you don't
Mm.
really know where to start. So I want to be as organized as I can and try to find the best way to define not just my priorities, but priorities in general for the sake of the showroom, for the sake of the company and our clients. So I would say that's what I'm trying to focus on right now.
Okay. And what do you think will be the next challenges?
I mean, there's every day there's a new challenge,
Hmm.
if I must say. So,
Can you disclose an example of a challenge you've had in the past
uh,
months, if you can disclose one?
well, I mean, it could be really anything. So we're in this beautiful building, but it was built at the end of the 19th century, so it's quite old. So there
Hmm.
might be some like physical challenges, like the elevator breaking down, this kind of thing.
Okay.
So
A
I
lot
would
of maintenance
That's
here
what
and there.
yeah, the maintenance is probably the most challenging thing here, but it's part of the game. So
Yeah. So
yeah.
your work is to
And
the
yeah.
determine that everything works well when we're doing
Also,
the
yeah,
events.
exactly, exactly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. What kind of events do you do there in New York? Because in Milano, I do remember they did conferences.
Absolutely.
So one time they did an exposition, like an art
Yeah.
exposition,
Yeah.
and they do some aperitivo for
Yeah.
potential buyers and everything. So do the same there?
We have the same concept here. So in Casa Jess in New York, we like to host typical Italian aperitivo where we normally invite our stakeholders, designers,
Okay.
architects, developers. But also, we can rent the space as an event location where we
Okay.
can partner with different brands or even private customers. We can do
Mm,
cocktail parties, corporate presentations. We can do production, filming. They filmed
mm,
in the space before we came.
mm.
They filmed the Netflix show Inventing Anna.
Oh,
They filmed Beyonce's video for Halo because we also have a pool in here. I don't know.
no. They filmed the Halo. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
crazy good fact. What
There's
is
a
the name of the building? What is the name of the building?
so it's at 214 Lafayette Street. It's in
Mm-hmm.
Soho. If you Google it, probably you're gonna find it. But also visit our website. We have some beautiful new images and videos of the renovated space with
Hmm.
dressy touch.
But I'm
Yeah, it's
sorry, you
pretty.
were you were mentioning before you would do an Italian aperitivo. Define
Yeah.
Italian aperitivo in New York.
So let's start by the Aperol Spritz. We can't miss the Aperol Spritz, and luckily we have a location of Italy, the restaurant, right
Mm.
there
Oh, that's
in New York,
lucky.
basically. So we get catering from them,
Mm.
and we try to keep it a little bit
Let's
the
say it
Italian way,
fancy. Let's keep it fancy.
Italian fancy, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
but Italian. Okay. So yeah, I was saying you've had a very very rapid growth. Like congratulations on what you're doing.
Thank you.
Your portfolio it's fat, and you
Thank
just
you.
started. Okay, so
I'm trying my
congratulations.
best,
Oh,
but
congratulations on that. And on this note, because you've managed to get there very quickly. What advice would you give to a fellow or actual yes student that aspires to follow a path like yours?
what I would say is work for your dreams. Because sometimes dreams that can look like you can't reach them, and they're just like dreams. But if you can transform them into goals and work for them, that's the best thing you can do. So just set a goal, work for it, and once you set that goal, you need to set another one because you're never, as I said before, you're never arrived. You're never done. It's always a new beginning, a new challenge, and there's always space for growing and learning and become a better version of yourself, both professionally, uh, personally, on a personal level, and also as students, of course. So that would be my little piece of advice. But again, I'm here.
A little big piece of advice. And you should mix that with a little bit of English, please. Practice English. You might end up in New York. So,
Yeah, well, that
yeah.
definitely, yeah, take the B2 exam, yet,
Yes,
students.
take the B2 exam.
So
You
that's
know,
fundamental.
we
And
are in my studio, and
yeah,
this is a background that we've created for the course, a course that we're going to propose to Yed.
okay.
And one big advice we have like this big is take the B2 exam, do it as quickly as possible. You have to do it
Yeah.
very, very quickly.
I think it's been changing yet since I left. So
No. Things are the same. The big
yeah,
advice still remains to do it. It's not like do it. You have to do it.
yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's
but
you don't really have a choice, but put
you
your effort
don't.
in
Put
doing
your
it.
put your
'Cause
effort and download Duolingo, download whatever. Help yourself.
watch TV shows, listen to music. That's the best thing you can do. Just surround yourself with it, and you're gonna be fine. Yeah. So
Surround yourself with things related to what the Justice Space has. What videos were made with Justice in the Justice Space.
what?
So
Sorry?
if it's a video and if you want to listen to music, make sure it's music that has a video that was made in the Justice Space in
Yeah. Oh,
Lafayette. You have to. So that's
especially Halo from Yemen.
especially Halo. That is a crazy good fact. Ilaria, it's been
Yeah.
a pleasure to have you, and
Thank you
I
so much.
really I envy you so much because I do know for a fact that that space is beautiful.
I come here anytime. We're here. We're not going to be now.
That's very good to know. We'll visit you if we happen to be there, and keep it up.
Good. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. And anytime you're in New York, we're happy to host you.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I need to see the space.
Good. Yeah, you have to come. You have to go.
Thank
Thank you
you so
so
much.
much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.